LeBron and the Lakers dominated Game 3. LeBron James, 21 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. The most 25-5 playoff games all time. 192 of them. The next two players, Larry Bird and Michael Jordan, 163 combined. LeBron doing a lot of everything in this one as the Lakers win by 30, 127-97. His son Bronny sitting courtside on the same day he commits to USC. And for the Lakers, it's fight on and take a 2-1 series lead. Anthony Davis goes for 25 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks. Big bounce back game for him. D'Angelo Russell, all of his points coming in the first half. He had 11 in the first quarter, and he really set the tone for LA. Golden State didn't really get into the paint all that much in this one. That was sort of what they were doing in Game 2, and now you have to think, well, what are they going to do in Game 4 to respond after this? We've got back-to-back blowouts in this series, a 30-point win here, and really it got really wide open and really blown open to end the first half. The Lakers finished the first half on a 30-8 run and never looked back. The Lakers have now won 10 straight games when a series is tied 1-1 in the playoffs. Get some instant analysis. Welcome in CBS Sports NBA writer James Herbert. James, your biggest takeaway here from the Lakers win over the Warriors here in Game 3 by 30.
My biggest takeaway is the Lakers figured something out on defense. I mean, they just got torn apart in the previous game with the Warriors running high pick and rolls with Steph and Draymond Green. The Lakers saw that. And they said, how do we deal with this? Well, how about we have Anthony Davis guard JaMychal Green instead of Draymond Green? Makes it harder for them to bring him out of the paint. The Warriors do not want to run Steph, JaMychal Green pick and rolls all game. They don't trust him the same way to make plays in that short roll. Draymond Green's playmaking was essentially taken completely out of this game. Steph Curry had like 12 assists in the last game and a bunch of hockey assists as well. Tonight, it was not like that whatsoever. So the Warriors were kind of fighting an uphill battle offensively all night because of that pretty simple adjustment that the Lakers made with their matchups. It basically turned any Steph Draymond pick and roll into a switch, and then the Warriors were kind of playing against a set defense again. They need to find a way to create advantages again. They need to find a way to put the Lakers in rotation again so that offense, when that at its best looks so beautiful and flowing, can actually look like that again, because it did not look like the Warriors tonight.
No, it did not. They looked out of sorts, and LeBron James looked like a young LeBron James, like perhaps even a 2016 LeBron James, where he's chasing down loose balls and running into the stands, James. I mean, LeBron James, look, we have all the superlatives and all the hyperbole for LeBron James. Year 20, 38 years old, still getting it done. But, James, he's still chasing down loose balls for his basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, that play was awesome. I will say the Lakers did take him out right after that, gave him a little breather. You could see him on the bench, like literally trying to catch his breath after running into like the 15th row after that loose ball. Look, it was kind of an understated 21-8-8 for LeBron. He's not playing the same way he did in 2016. He's not out there on the perimeter calling Steph up into the pick and roll, kind of manipulating the defense that way. He's doing a lot more off the ball than he used to, but it was a really great all-around game for LeBron James. He played excellent defense, and then offensively, it was a little bit different usage than you saw in the first couple of games of the series. I mean, the Lakers looked to LeBron in the post, where he often had a size mismatch, so they could draw extra help from there. LeBron, like, playmaking out of the post is brilliant. You saw some great passes that he threw in this game. Then, yeah, of course, when he gets out in transition, he hits you with that spin move. He is a bear still to deal with in that situation, but he is figuring out how to make a huge impact on the game, even when he is not coming down and controlling the offensive possession every time.
Lakers win by 30 to take a 2-1 series lead again. They've won 10 in a row in these situations. A Game 3 when the series is tied 1-1. LeBron 5-0 as a player in the playoffs by himself. But, man, he looked great, and the Lakers really flipped the switch and dominate Game 3 at home. James Herbert here on CBS Sports HQ. James, thanks.
Thank you.
Coming up, much more ahead as the Lakers dominate the Warriors in Game 3. Anthony Davis was quiet in Game 2. Not so much in Game 3, a game-high 25 points and 13 rebounds. in the victory. Keep it locked. You're watching CBS Sports HQ. Back out to L.A.
You listen to Kyle Lowry and some of these guys, Gabe Vincent, they talked earlier this week. It's about this team is built for the playoffs. Last year made it to the conference finals, got to Game 7, lost to the Celtics, had a Jimmy Butler 3 right at the end, maybe could have won it and stole that one. What is it about this Heat team that's went to the finals over the last few years as well that plays so well in the postseason when it matters most, James?
I think it's a few different things. Some of it, they kind of understand what it takes to win these tight playoff games. Not that today was particularly tight, but they tend to do well in terms of like the little things on the margins. Like they understand the importance of getting easy baskets in transition, of protecting the offensive glass. They have quite a few veteran players who have won at a high level before. I mean, even a guy like Kevin Love, like he did not have a great game today. He didn't make a ton of shots, but you saw the outlet passing again, like you saw in Game 1. That got them an easy bucket. You see the work he is putting in to just box out Mitchell Robinson under the basket. Like his former team, the Cavaliers, could not do that to Mitchell Robinson at all in the first round. Like, do you think they might have been able to use Kevin Love? I certainly think so. I think the second thing, beyond just sort of their toughness, their approach, their experience, all of that, is the coaching has been awesome throughout these playoffs. Eric Spoelstra had an incredible game plan against Milwaukee, and it wasn't the same in Game 5 as it was in Game 1. Remember, right at the end of that series, Bam Adebayo starts initiating the offense. They generate a ton of looks out of that setup, and you've seen again the strategy kind of shift from Game 1 to Game 2, and they got up a ton of threes and played zone for most of the game, to Game 3, where it looked a little bit different than it did in Game 1, even though they had the same assortment of players. I just think Eric Spoelstra is one of the best playoff coaches that we have in the NBA. You see that year after year after year.
Yeah, and I remember Coach Spo when I was in Miami in 2005-06. He was the video coordinator under Pat Riley back in that day. Let's switch real quickly and look at the Knicks before we get out of here. They were terrible. Could not throw it in the ocean. Shot 34%, 20% from 3. What's got to change?
30-point win after getting blown out in Game 2 for the Los Angeles Lakers. They take a 2-1 series lead over the defending champion Golden State Warriors. In fact, it's only the 4th time in the Splash Brothers era that they've lost a playoff game by 30 or more. 3D, a lot to break down on how it happened, but let's start with Anthony Davis because he was the big story coming in, right?
Yep.
25 points on just 10 shots. That's great, but 4 blocks, 3 steals really had a large impact on the game overall.
Well, I think we all would agree that's where Anthony Davis has made his name. Go all the way back to his, like to say, on the defensive end, get those steals, get those deflections. The Lakers get out in transition, they get some easy buckets. And then the offense kind of comes. And then you saw throughout there in that first quarter, him attacking Draymond Green, not just selling for jump shots, but when he makes jump shots early in the ball game, it sets up everything else. Game 2, he was missing those easy shots right there. Tonight, he bounces back and makes those shots. So the question you ask yourself, or should I say Coach Ham's going to ask AD, can you give me that same effort on the defensive end first? Offensively, we know it's going to come. Like you and I just spoke earlier. D'Lo got him off to a great start going, hitting those quick 11 points. So now LeBron and AD took their time getting their offensive game going, knowing defensively they had to bounce back because the Warriors jumped out to that 30-23 lead after the first quarter.
Yeah, Anthony Davis made 11 free throws. The Golden State Warriors as a team made just 12. So you talk about the free throw discrepancy. There it is for you. All right, well, looking at D'Angelo Russell and how he started this game, D-Loden came out, scored the first 11 points for the Lakers. Look, they were down in the first quarter, but he was really the guy carrying that offense. Had 13 in the first quarter, 21 in the first half, finished the game with 21. But when they needed some scoring